Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman. Today is December 8th. Voice is a little weird. It's not the audio. Monday around noon, Google made an announcement that they had rolled out the December 2022 helpful content update, and it would take a few weeks to complete the rollout. Now, if you've seen some big drops on your pages and you think it might be attributed to this update, please post in the comments. Probably, I'm going to guess you might be in e-commerce. Now, it's not actually, hold on a minute. Let me phrase that. The running theory that I would tend to agree with is that whatever Google is doing with the helpful content update might actually have helped those who are using more unique and diverse content. So I'm not saying everybody talks about artificial intelligence, AI created content. I don't think this is an anti-AI update. I think it's more of a pro uniqueness and diversity in the writing. Now, this week I mentioned Ted Kubiatis on his YouTube show, SEO Fight Club. Don't let the name scare you. It's a really helpful show. You can ask questions. He's put together this week a show and tell type of episode and talked about what he thought the helpful content update might have been. And all of that was before the announcement. So yay, Ted, for creating such a great resource, I think, for a lot of people. Now, I'll put the link in the description. If you feel you've been hit, once you're ready to watch it, you probably should watch this video. It'll, I think, be very enlightening. Now, I'm leaving this on the SEMrush volatility tool because I want to show you, the different categories. I primarily use the overall all categories rating, but as you see, you go down into the other ones. Now, arts and entertainment is typically high. News is usually the highest. Sports is very high. But look at this, shopping. And I would think shopping is going to be a niche where you see a lot of affiliates or resellers who are using, let's face it, manufacturer descriptions. Even if they are spun, the sentiments, the general benefits would be so similar that that maybe Google has spent a little bit more resources on their end to understand this content and perhaps even in some ways treat it almost like syndicated content, that if it's a lot that is very much the same, much like a press release, they will only let the ones stay in that they feel are helpful. Their timing for doing this, of course, seems deliberate and rude. Now, I went back over the indexation data, and this is last week's thing, and I believe, based on the data and the past behavior, that they started rolling out the helpful content data last Friday, and that's when the volatility went up. Now, I will say SEMrush, which is the weather tool noted in this project, they've been a bit wishy-washy because it has taken them a while. If you look back over here on all the categories for Friday, they sometimes it shows red, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if they're going back and recalibrating. I don't know how they, deep down in their things, how all of that works. But first, last Friday was red, and then it was green in the historical chart. And they do seem to change their ratings later in the day. And again, now they seem to be revising their story, at least earlier in the morning they did, where the Friday was a high reading still at the time. And since then, they have redone it. So there you have it. So lest I forget, let's go back to here. Today was a test day. All of it happened, the request, the publish, the request through the API, and the first Googlebot visit, all were, bang, bang, bang. And I do think that all this is happening in the Search Console. There's a delay between when it gets crawled and indexed, but the serving, the space between the indexation and the serving right now is longer than normal. So if you've made edits to existing content or you've published new content, I think you're going to see a little bit of a delay, longer probably in the new content than in revised. All right, so let's go back to this. You can find this as it's a quick summary based on everything, the research data log and the server logs, and you can sort of find the more immediate nature of how things are today. Basically, no simple indexing no new content has been discovered. It last tested on yesterday. No new JavaScript rendered content. Last tested on December 5th, but I do know that the bots are crawling. So it's not a crawl issue. It's more of a serving issue. Now you can find this going to American Way Media site, or you can search for Google Index Detector. So if you'll stay with me for a minute, I do want to show you something really important. So these are the bots. This is why I'm trying to talk my way through this, because I want to get this out. What do the bots tell us? And over here are the desktop bots. These are the mobile bots. What this is telling me is that right now, Google is less inclined to be using picture bots on desktop when recrawling and crawling our content. That these two here, these are coming every day, mostly, but they do not have a Chrome build with them. It's the ones over here that do, and we haven't really seen them, at least in this particular site. And then over here, you can see it's pretty much relying on the Chrome build that I'm calling 19 and Chrome build 20. So we don't know. I don't want to say that just yet that they're relying only on mobile Chrome exclusively just yet. We don't know if mobile first has evolved to mobile only. And if it did, how would we know? Well, I have a test running for that. Started it last weekend. So if it starts to show signs of tilting to where it's an only mobile crawl, I'll definitely share that information with you. We might be looking at a major change in the game. Don't know enough yet, but just observing and just saying, okay, this is what I'm seeing. So on Confessions, I've decided to talk about the update if I can get my voice back, and perhaps surrounding implications. And also the forensic SEO training is opening up this week. Sorry, I'm just a little bit under the weather, so things are slowing down a little bit. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and I will get back to them. Bye.